Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is Somerset Farms, episode 19. And in the last episode, we were starting to prep these fields. We had a cultivator running on the field first, which gave us this stubble tillage that you can see we're sort of erasing with this roller, and now we're running the roller to get a seedbed texture. So I'm going to just kind of widen this out here. And now that we've got this going, I'm just going to throw that on our worker Fred and let him finish off this section of the field. As you can see, stubble tillage is what we had, and then the seed bed is what we're replacing that stubble tillage with the seed bed. Then we can plant in this. I've heard some people going back and forth about this, about which order to do this in. I always thought rolling was supposed to be done after planting, but I've heard a little bit that rolling is supposed to actually be done before to prep for the seeds, and that's why they call it a seed bed. So I'm not 100% sure the right order, so I'm trying it a little bit different this time around, just to make sure that I've got that correct. And it looks like Fred thinks he's done. Fred, what are you doing? So I was going to have him, as the computer, take care of this little section down here for us, but I don't think that he's going to do that while I was going to get that set up. So I guess I will bring him. We can come finish off this section ourselves shortly once we are done with getting set up on the next field. And obviously it's becoming 16. It's like 4:30, something like that, in the afternoon here. Oh, this is going to be a weird line too. Whatever. We'll see if Fred can figure it out. So again, I need to open this, get out of here, and then close it back down again. As we move on to the other field here. So I'll pop back out, and we'll see if Fred can turn around, or if he's going to quit on me again. Hopefully he can finish this section for us at least while we're getting set up, and then we can come back and manually do that corner that's got that little bit of a triangle there. Anyway, as you know, we're all done harvesting the canola. Again, there's our first pallet of oil. Canola oil, yep. And so we should get about 4 pallets a day, I believe, that come out of there. Maybe more, we'll see. So we'll start using our telehandler that we got, that JCB that I really like, that we haven't really used for anything, to start stacking those in one of the barns momentarily. But again, we've only got 1 pallet now. We'll probably wait till tomorrow, given that it is about 5 o'clock. We will be wrapping up this day soon. I know it's July and the days are the longest in July, but it still seems to me that it gets dark a little bit too early in there. So we want to make sure that we kind of head that off at the pass and get as much done today as we can, but we're probably not going to obviously get this next field all the way turned and prepped like I was hoping, just given the time. But between Fred and I, we'll get quite a bit of it done. So this is our field number 36 off here to the left of this tiny little road we're driving. And tree is not making it for a good view. It's a tight fit here. Oh, hug the wall a little bit there. And again, with such a big piece of kit on the back of our tractor, it does make it hard. I probably should have just came in the field from the other side. Making this sharp turn, but we made it. So as Fred is getting that done, we're going to get this unfolded, and we will start getting our stubble ground state over here. So let's see if we just lower that. Let me just zoom out for a second to make sure it's going. Yeah, that should be switching it in the system here. And it was at about 45 degrees. And then we will turn that corner here. Try to keep it about as lined up as we can. Like so. Let me just check the map. So again, we're on field 36. So yeah, now we can see we're putting that stubble tillage kind of texture on here. So this is what we're going to start. And we'll try to get our, if I remember right, we did get a worker to do a reasonably decent job on here the last time we were on. Let me just see if he'll take that 75 or if he does a weird angle. Yeah, he does a weird angle. So I want to keep that 75 for at least this part of the field. Maybe that was it. Maybe when we were harvesting, we just accepted the weird angle or the other angle that the worker did and fixed it after that. I mean, we could also do, I don't think this is quite a north-south either. So it's like we get over to the corner here. Like there's just not even enough room to turn around. You can see I'm almost against that stone wall. So we have to do one of these. Back up, do a 3-point turn. This is not a 3-point turn. I'm apparently just backing way up and making a wider turn. But yeah, I wanted to get something that Fred could maybe handle, but he's done with his section of the field. So I need to get this on a worker sooner than later so that I can go over and finish rolling, because I do want to make sure that field 15 is completely ready to go by the end of the day or the month. Before the sun goes down today. So let me just get this started. And then we're just gonna see what kind of angle he settles on and if I can accept it. Yeah, this is all right. 180, 179, 180. That's, I can fix that. That's just one strip down the edge. That will be just fine. So let's come back to here, get this going. And I was, you missed the whole section there, Fred. I did want to take this opportunity to apologize for the sound issues that I had in episodes 17 and 18 of the Somerset series. I had just started recording again after taking a couple of months off, and my settings weren't right where I wanted them, and I was getting a muffled sound. You can still hear me in 17 and 18, but it makes it harder to hear me. One, my tractors were turned up a little bit too much, and then the mic was just not set up correctly on my end, so the voiceover is just a bit muffled, and I was very unhappy with the sound quality, but I already recorded both of them because I did them back to back. So I went ahead and had released them anyway because I'd already saved the game and I didn't want to cut you guys out of everything, and I could technically still hear myself. I just wasn't happy with the sound quality as a whole. So that has been fixed. Hopefully I sound much clearer in this episode. If I don't, well then whoops. and you can let me know. But I do think that I sound pretty clear now. I've been testing it a lot just to make sure, and I even did a little mic check before I started recording this episode just to ensure that I was going to get high quality sound, because I did not want to have multiple episodes in a row with poor sound. That part must have been missed from the harvest, so because I tried to roll over it and it would not take it. So I'm guessing maybe that's what happened down there as well. So we'll just zip over here, and this is a case 2, right? Yeah, this is the case. Let me just pop out, pop back in. Yeah, this is the case maximum CVX 115. It is our smaller tractor, so maximum is funny to me, but that's okay. This is a plenty big tractor for most farms that you would do here. It's just for the really big equipment, you need that case magnum that we have pulling that cultivator. But this is an adequate tractor for many farms, and we could be considered the big tractor on a lot of those little European farms that you see on YouTube. I mean, this would be the this has got a lot of horsepower and it can definitely get the job done. So we're going to go ahead and just zip down here. That wasn't very neat, but that's okay. And yeah, let's just do one strip down here to edge right, and then we will just get our continuous roller going. Actually, I don't know that I'm going to do a continuous roller here. I don't know why I said that. I like when I can just take laps. Oh, and he stopped unexpectedly because he can't find the field. Well, let's see if now that this has been defined, if Fred can figure this out. Why fix the other guy? Good start, Fred. Wait. Who's our other worker that stopped? Fred is still going over here and still going strong. I guess let's just watch and see how he turns around here. Yeah, he can find the field. The other guy can find the field. Like, I mean, I can do this manually too. I'm just trying to figure out if I had a third worker going somewhere and I forgot. Nope, he can't find the field. Okay. Well, I don't know who couldn't find... I don't know what that message was about. That's weird. But Fred is going strong with that cultivator, so I'm not going to interrupt him. And we'll just get this going. So regardless, doing some field work today, obviously just trying to get this ready for the next planting. Since we've got the oil factory, our whole goal is to keep that thing full. And that is a combination of sunflowers and canola. And so I know canola is a long, long crop. So if we wanted to get canola back on, we would have to do that soon. I kind of wanted to rotate the fields, but that might not be very efficient given the calendar. But this would at least allow us to replant canola over here in the next month if we decided to. I better check and make sure it's not this month that we have to. But we will see what I can come up with. In fact, let me check that calendar. Well, I only got one strip left. Yeah, let me finish this field. Then I will check the calendar as we go back and check on Fred and see how he's doing over there. And our crop there in the middle in 18 looks good, those sunflowers. I think those actually come up to harvest pretty soon. So maybe, I don't know, I just need to look at the crop calendar because I can't remember. I've been playing some other maps that have atypical calendars, I'm going to call it. A calendar that does not match the normal game calendar. It's pretty good coverage. I do want to go look at this corner down here and see if there's anything we can do about these couple of spots that you can see in front of me. I know that one spot we couldn't do anything about because it was just not cultivated. But these are rolling out. So that one needs to be cultivated, or would have needed to be cultivated, but we got rid of the other two. All right. So let's get... I suppose we're going to fold this up. This is ready to go. I'm actually not going to go out that gate because we're just going to cut through and go across the road anyway. So probably shouldn't roll actually today on that other field. So I guess never mind. I'm just going to do my usual, park this in front of our tiny house, turn on the lights, turn off the engine so we've got some light at night if it's dark, and then we'll skip over here and see how he's doing. So again, this field is ready to go, ready to plant. This field is half cultivated. We'll start the roller tomorrow, and I'll do that strip here in a second. I probably should have done the angle down here too to make it easier for Fred to turn around, but he seems to be managing just fine. And then let's go look at our crop calendar. So yes, I could, no, see, this is the last month I could plant canola. So it's the end of July. Missed the boat for canola. No, I didn't. I'm reading that backwards. I can plant canola in August and September. So yeah, if we turn these two over, we'll probably just put canola back in, and that'll wrap us up for the sunflowers on the other seeds. So maybe we won't rotate crops. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But regardless, let me let Fred get lined up here. Then I'm going to go ahead and fire him. Then I'm going to lower it again, and we'll go ahead and take over here now that everything is lined up. Nope, everything was not lined up. He was at 185. So we'll just do it like this. I'm pretty sure he was going 180. It'd be really weird for him to be going an angle less than that. But I have seen it happen. So, I don't know. Overall, I'm very satisfied with the harvest that we had here and how we've gotten. Yeah, see, I don't know. How is he getting that lined up? I'm going to have to do a headland on my own. And let me go, since we've broken the mold, let me whip down here and get this into the field taken care of. I'm very satisfied with the progress we made on the harvest and the quantity of canola that we got off these two fields to get the factory going, and that should get us right until sunflower season. And then we'll just kind of alternate those two accordingly, and we'll see what kind of profits we bring out. It's very, what is the word? The opposite of diversified, whatever that is. I'm actually going to follow the edge of the grass here, so overlap a little bit more, but I think this is more realistic to recultivate part of your field that's already been cultivated than to tear up all the grass on the outside, just getting that little angle done. But yeah, it is not diversified at all if everything we're doing is based on oil. And that's the one thing I'm a little unsettled about with this setup, this playthrough, whatever you want to call it. No, I don't mind that little corner. I think I'm just going to leave that. Like, no, that kind of looks bad. All right, we'll fix it. Oh, that was a jackknife. I jackknifed this thing, trying to get that backed up. Let's get looped over here. I usually do a very diversified farm, I think, where I do lots of different crops, throw in some animals, try to do all the things, and try to have those things work in unison to make a successful farm, which is what real farmers have to do. If you don't diversify a little bit and you have a really bad year for one crop because of an infestation that comes in, or, I mean, a drought kind of hits everything, but like if you have bugs come in that just like a certain type of crop and they wipe out a field or two of that crop, at least you've got diversified crops in your other fields to help you weather that storm. But from a strictly monetary standpoint, this type of farm makes sense because a lot of times I end up buying 3 or 4 different production chains, trying to get everything settled. And this makes sense to me. Like, this farm makes oil. We got an oil factory. We just make canola and sunflower seeds. We just make oil with them. That's what we do. And that's the most cost-effective way to run a farm. So again, it's like, how much of it is realism versus how much of it is just some variety for the channel and variety just for you as the player, even if you're not making a series, so that you get to do multiple different things. And there's still, like lots of variety based on, the different field prep that you've got to do. There's plenty of that going around. So it's not like you don't get to cultivate and then roll to get a seed bed, then plant, then spray or spend fertilizer, then weed, then harvest, and do all, I mean, there's plenty of stages that we get to go through. So I don't know. I'm kind of rambling about it at this point, but I guess I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm just a little uncomfortable with having a farm that only does oil. And there's only 2 crops that turn into oil for the oil factory, and we're doing them both. At least we're split between those two. And this is also my precision farming farm, the only one I think I'm using precision farming on currently, since I stopped the Calmsden series 6 months ago or whatever when I stopped streaming that one. So yeah, it's like this is the only precision farming one, but I'm only doing one crop, and I've kind of got my system, my equipment, my system set up, everything. We'll see how it goes with the sunflowers because I haven't harvested any of those yet. In fact, I don't even think I have the header for that harvester for the sunflower. So right now, it's like the Rolstamash little harvester would be doing all the sunflowers, which obviously we need to do for field 18 because it's a tiny little field. But we wouldn't want to do for all of the other fields. Like would not want to do this field 36 with that tiny harvester. And I think our field in the back is actually just a hair bigger than this one. So again, we're have to figure out what we're doing and what that looks like all together. So who knows? But again, diversifying the farm is important, but we're just doing efficient, like how much money can we make and can we be profitable? And for that part, you wouldn't want to buy more than one production facility likely. So I don't know. I haven't quite figured out exactly what that needs to look like, but pretty satisfied with the progress we're making, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let me, once I get turned around here at the top of the field, let me check the production building real quick, and I just want to see how we're doing there. And then we will probably wrap up this episode, or get close to. We might actually get. I mean, it's what 18. It's like 6:30. So it's starting to get long shadows from the tractor. You can see on the field here. So we'll probably, but we might actually get this part of the cultivating done. Nope, that's not production. Here's production. Yeah, so we've got 886 liters of canola oil. Oops, let me stop this here. Got a little bit off my line there. Yeah, I am going to go fix that because it's going to bother me. Back that up, get this down, and straighten this out. And I missed that corner too. There'll be like even if I line this thing up perfectly, we're going to just miss a little bit on the corner here unless we overlap terribly, which I don't want to do. Maybe we'll just fix that as well. Now come back and do one of these. We were only off by about 1 degree, but that 1 degree was enough to cut that big swath to go back and fix. This is much better coverage wise. Looks like we missed a little bit way over there too, which I can see now the map is pointed out to me. All right, well, I appreciate you guys watching. I really do. I hope you enjoyed this episode and you're enjoying this series. Let me know how you feel about the diversification of crops. Like, is doing the only 2 crops that we can put in the factory the right move? Or would you rather see us do a 3rd crop even if we can't, like even if we just have to hold it, if we can't put it in the factory and we just have to throw it in a silo or sell it off, would that still be worth it? Or is this a better fit? So yeah, let me know in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you have not subscribed yet, please do. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. All right. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.